Yeah.
with television programs that we were interviewed on. My colleague, Mary Rodwell in Australia, is being featured on a documentary there in Australia about this abduction phenomenon. So it's happening all over the world to millions of people. I wish we did have the ability to control how often this happens and when it happens. But there is, there's help out there. I'm trying to educate the general public, to educate the mainstream media so that this ridicule does stop. This is why I do certain shows, done talk shows over the years to talk about this and to bring some of my clients on the show with me so that people will know that these are normal people. It could be your next-door neighbor, one of your family members, your coworker, because this happens, we found out 1 out of 50 American adults this happens to.
Wow. That's an incredible statistic. And you know what? It happened, and probably still happens in our backyard here in the Atlantic Canadian region, Halifax, an area specifically where I'm located. There's an author down here from the South Shore. He wrote a book on the world's only government documented UFO crash at Shag Harbor here, and he was talking.
Yes.
Yeah, his book, Don Ledger's book, Maritime UFO Files. He talks about some abduction cases out here. So it happens where you least expect it sometimes, and it is happening. I have to ask you, Yvonne, if you don't mind. If I don't ask you this question, I'm going to kick myself later because it always it boggles my mind, and I constantly ponder it. I know a lot of other people do too. Physical descriptions of the beings, other than the Greys, are there other species that you've come across, and some of these maybe dramatic bits of information that they relay upon the abductee? Maybe have some info there.
Well, yeah, there's other beings. Many of them. Different types of beings are seen together on the craft. Of course, there's the short, tiny little Greys that take the people. These are the abductors. Then there's the taller ones that look like the little Greys, but they're taller. Some of them wear a tight-fitting uniform. Some of them wear a very strange Dracula-type cape.
Yeah.
These are they seem to be the higher-ups. There is a chain of command on these craft. There's also which I feature in my book, Chosen, the praying mantis type being very, very tall, very spindly. They're prominent as well during the experience. The very human-looking beings. Now, this first came out during the Travis Walton case when he entered another room in the craft, and he saw this very, very human-looking person. And these were described years ago as the Nordic types. They were tall, very muscular, very perfect-looking beings. But now we're speculating that these could very possibly be the hybrids that are being perfected.
Ah, I see. Now, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish there. Sorry.
Let me see. Also, the reptilian type, which are there. I do not come across them in every case, but they are there. And I do talk about them and present drawings of them when I lecture. And as far as messages being told or information given to the abductees, over the years I have found that they are told that they are being prepared for something. We don't know. We don't know when this is going to happen, but they are, when when the time comes, they will know what their job is, and they'll know what to do. They've had people who've had these experiences have had dreams, recurring dreams of leading masses of people somewhere. They don't know where.
Wow.
Excuse me. They're shown pictures of devastation around the world. Bombs exploding, tsunami, waves, large cities being flooded, and we don't know what the implications are. Whether this might happen to your Earth if you're not taking care of it, or this is going to happen. Excuse me. This is going to happen, and that's why you're being trained to do a job.
Do you speak about this? Do you speak about these conclusions and shows into these?
Yes.
Yeah, you talk.
One particular case, the case of Alfonso, who, as a young child, received these messages, and I feature him, but there's so many other cases that people who have received these very similar messages. I believe Stan Romanek has. I believe, the well-known abductees are Jim Sparks in Florida.
Yeah.
So many people. So we don't know what the implications are here.
No, it really is profound. It's an incredible story. Something is happening. Why is it happening? Yes. Why is it happening is the million-dollar question.
Absolutely.
Everybody out in Radio Land, you got to go to Smith.mov. Can they get a hold of Chosen through the website?
You can go to my website, yes, and purchase it there, or you could go to Amazon as well. That's easier for you.
Yeah.
And hopefully, as I mentioned before, my second book will be out May or June of 2011.
I'm super excited for that, definitely. Are you going to be at the International UFO Congress in Arizona in February?
I may. I was talking to Alejandro. He came out for Stan Romanek's lecture in October, and I told him I was going to try to be there. So I'm not sure because of my schedule, but it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to coming out to Arizona. Yeah,
it seems like it's going to be one you don't want to miss, eh?
Absolutely. And years ago, it reminded me when you talked about Canada, I did a talk show and brought two of my clients to Canada. And it was a very interesting experience. And one experience I had in Canada was it didn't get dark till probably about 11 o'clock at night. It was very interesting for me. But it was a great audience. And I can't even recall the name of the host because it was several years ago. It was about the earlier mid-'90s.
Where did you go here in Canada?
I'm trying to think back at that too. I'd have to look back.
Yeah.
And probably send you an email. But when you said Canada, it just reminds me that, as I mentioned, this happens all over the world.
Yeah, definitely does. It was probably, was it a major city, central, Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, something like that?
It was, yes.
Yeah, for sure. That's fascinating.
So when we landed at the airport. That's where we stayed. We didn't go to another city from there. So I believe it could have been Vancouver.
Yeah, beautiful city. I love that place. Yvonne, what else is coming up for you? Are you doing any lecture tours here or anything like that? TV appearances? Anything coming up?
I have a lot of things in the works as far as documentaries, TV appearances that could come up at any time. But next year I plan to travel to the UK and hopefully Australia, and I'm invited also to Turkey.
Wow.
To present my work. So it should be a very busy year.
Yvonne, you're so compassionate in what you do. The world needs more people like you. to help people like this. They are in need. They are going through a very stressful time. You're there for them. You're writing fantastic books. Congratulations on that and the new ones coming and all the hard work that you do and everything that you're about to dive into. I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations and thank you for being with us on Atlantic Canada's only paranormal radio broadcast, The Unified Field, here in Atlantic Canada.
Thank you so much for having me on, and I look forward to doing your show again.
Oh, I can't wait to have you back, Yvonne, to talk about the new book.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
UFR.
You've been listening to The Unified Field. Be sure to tune in to the mothership CKDU for other fine programming. Check us out on iTunes, Blog Talk, YouTube, MySpace, Blueberry, and on Facebook. For questions, feedback, comments, show ideas, or anything else, contact us directly at unifiedfieldradio@gmail.com.